I think that the internet has made the school and university system so uncomfortably outdated globally, in a sense that information has just become such a commodity. It's so easily accessible at zero cost, but schools and universities are still predicated and based on the memorization of information. Like, why do I need any math when I can literally get up any sum that I ever wanted to on my cell phone? I can just ask Siri or Alexa and get the answer in literally 2 seconds. Why do I need to know the periodic table when I can get it on my screen in 2 seconds? Like, I literally don't need to know anything. I can ask Siri or Alexa and get the answer on my screen in a couple of seconds. Like, who cares about memorizing the Fibonacci sequence or these X and Y formulas that I can get on my phone right in front of my face in just 2 seconds? And that for me is just making the school and university system just so uncomfortably outdated, because it's still predicated and based on the memorization of information in a world where we can literally get any piece of information at the tip of our fingers in 3 seconds, completely for free at zero cost. Like, the whole thing for me is just becoming dead, and I see it like this. The whole university and school system is slowly but surely becoming one bottlenecked system, in a sense that it's literally teaching, and I know this because I did business in school 5-6 years ago, and they're still teaching the exact same thing to the same kids today out of the same textbook. So all of these kids are just memorizing the same thing over and over and over. There's just no creativity and innovation. It's literally just copy paste system. And eventually, that's why I've seen a lot of kids in my own university and around going straight into the unemployment line. And that's where universities are more about working hard and not actually smart. And for a lot of people in today's world, the working hard path is not always going to be the way to go, because there's more and more people doing the same thing in the university system, because there's more and more people getting bottlenecked up, meaning fewer jobs, but more people studying the same thing over and over. But AI, information technology, is starting to take over a lot of jobs, such as accounting. I'm not saying that nobody should go to university. If it's your passion and it's really what you want to do, I'm more pumped and excited for you than ever before. But if somebody is studying a degree because that's where they feel the most jobs are, where the best income will be, because they playing it safe as a fallback, which I don't even think a degree is as safe as what people think anymore, and I don't even think that it really counts as a fallback. Top companies in the world, Amazon, Google, Tesla, are accepting people without degrees, because those are smart companies that are actually understanding degrees is no longer about creativity and innovation, which is the core foundation of business, entrepreneurship, careers, higher level management positions in the workplace is creativity and innovation, not the memorization of information from a textbook that was written 10 years ago that is completely outdated. And I think the best way to solve it is the parents' responsibility. I think that parents really need to let go of their self-esteem, or the self-esteem of sending their kids to the top degrees and top universities. And I think this just ultimately comes down to making sure that we understand our kids and that they are happy. And I think if we all collectively just gave a crap and actually cared about the happiness of our children as a whole, most of the parents, most of the kids today as a whole, it would naturally start fixing itself. But unfortunately, we care about the judgment of our contemporaries and what our kids are accomplishing, instead of actually caring about our kids ourselves and their happiness. And I think this could be an issue with modern day parenting and insecurity within parents, and maybe not as much as the school system itself. And I think caring about what other people think is the devastation of our society. And everybody's watching, like, you need to get that top degree, you need to get that degree, and you need something to fall back on. And like, first thing I think to myself is, fall back on what? Like, the top companies in the world, YouTube, Google, Amazon, Tesla, aren't accepting people only with degrees. And like, flip. And this also opens up another conversation with the older generation thinking that the youth are just entitled. Like, the youth is not entitled. We just have more options. If we do a job for 2 years, we do an internship for 2 years, and I'm not enjoying it, fuck it, I'm going to leave and go flip junk and make $50,000 on the internet every single year. We just have options, and that is why the internet is so powerful, is because it opens up so many more options and opportunities that is way ahead of the school and university system. So I think that falling back on a degree today is the same as saying that I need to keep a horse on hand in case the car breaks down. And it's completely predicated on the framework that the parent grew up in their time, and more importantly, the judgment that their parents are putting on them, or how they want to keep up with everybody else. Because the people that they eat dinner with on a Sunday with their neighbor or the country club, their daughter's going to the big university, their daughter's going to Harvard, and they want their kids to be on the same level, and it's just ludicrous. The insecurity is just ludicrous, and it's sad. And I am a byproduct of parents who were strong enough to really not give a crap about what other people thought, which is why I'm happy right now and really grateful for my parents that understood me when I didn't want to continue with university because it was just honestly a waste of time. And I would like to use the gift that my parents gave to me to really try and communicate with the world, and a lot of kids that I think need to hear something like this. Hopefully inspiring one parent to give this kind of gift to their child and hopefully understand them and bring them a lot of happiness. However, I'm also going to say this, for those that want to drop out of school or drop out of university and not study, I say number one, enjoy the vacation, because you're going to be working and eating shit for the next 5 to 10 years because the system's not going to accept you. And number two, don't be such a hypocrite. If you're a tough guy and a tough girl, stop taking mommy and daddy's money so that you don't have to be controlled by your parents. And if you're such an entrepreneur, go buy your own iPhone. If you're really a passionate hard worker and really want what you want, you will work for it, and it won't actually be hard work. For example, I work 13 to 14 hours a day, but for me, it's fun. It's happiness. Like, I'm passionate about it. It's not hard work for me at all. And that's how the process should be. Same thing here. So I think start practicing these things now for the real world, because the quicker a child gets off their parents' payroll, the more likely they will be happier in life.